Good evening, everybody, and welcome to That's Good Pasta, our creepypasta podcast about creepypastas, surprisingly enough. I'm Thomas, and with me today, as always, is my producer, my tech boy, the scamp of That's Good Stuff, and his name would be
Jared.
Jared. You got it. Congratulations, Jared.
It's,
It's been a long road, but we got there.
it's every time.
No, it's not. It's not. Don't worry.
Every time.
We'll get there. So, today, we have an interesting creepypasta for you. We have The Devil Game by I don't know who, because this one is an old one. Tried looking it up. Uh, went to the creepypasta wiki, and the link broke pretty much every single time that I tried to download it. I was actually able to finally get a physical copy after like my 12th try. It's I think this thing is haunted, so who knows. So, The Devil Game. Jared, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So this starts off as a anonymous online. I swear to God, it's a Reddit post. Like it has to be a Reddit post, right?
Yeah.
Like either that or Tumblr, something edgy. And let's see if I can. So what brings me to this point of clarification I ought to make. This is not a manual for making any kind of Faustian bargain.
You are by far the most evil thing I've encountered. Offer your soul to me, Dark One.
Quack, quack.
No! You can't have my soul! I don't even... Look, just get in here.
You know, the whole sell your soul type of deal. So this is basically a Bloody Mary type of dare game that this is setting up. And with the Devil Game, there comes a certain set of rules. And apparently one of those specific rules is actually breaking into a church. It gives a lot of explanation on why you need to make sure that the pastor doesn't randomly show up at midnight.
What are you doing?
Yeah, a bunch of like random, just like make sure there's like a custodian or a good or a nun or something like that. I'm just like, what? But you basically have to inhabit a church. They specifically mention a church. They said as long as you don't try it on Christmas Eve or something stupid like that, you should be fine.
But this time you must not fail as you've done in the past. You must not be defeated by that bearded old ghost, Santa Claus.
I don't
The
know.
devil takes holidays too, Thomas. Don't be
There's a
rude.
bunch of vagaries in the rules here about like, oh yeah, don't do that. Don't wear crosses or something. And if you're one of those edgy like edgelords that wears upside down cross rings, just make sure they don't go right side up. And I'm like,
If you're wearing a ring, isn't it always at some angle upside down?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, upside down. Yeah. So, this time, or the time is important though. You shouldn't, or you don't have to start or end your ritual at exactly 12 a.m. Greenwich Atomic Time or anything. But as general rule of thumb, you ought to show up a little bit before midnight and have everything you need to set up to be no later
be
than
courteous.
10 or 15 minutes after. It says show up a lot before midnight so you don't know how you're going to get in. Shockingly enough, most houses of God tend to lock their doors at night, at least if no one's there to watch over them. And remember, we want it empty. Got it?
A religious person wrote this. They're too nice.
Yeah, they're too nice. Now, there are a few things that you need for the ritual. You need a full can of salt. He says you won't need all of it, but it's always to have more than you need. You need 7 candles, red or white, being preferable.
Can
Not
they
black.
Can they mix?
I don't know, red and white. You never know. Something to light the candles with. Okay. A length of red string, rope, yarn, or thread. A full length floor or wall mirror. Not sure how you're just gonna
Full wall mirror?
a full wall mirror just walk that into a church at night.
They're not even talking about those like 5 foot by 2 foot. They're talking about the whole wall.
I'm sorry. I'm already 2 minutes in and I can't. So basically, this ritual is to summon the devil, to not try to get any specific information, but try to just dare to see if you can talk to him for, was it 6? Sorry, uh 66 minutes and 6 seconds, right? Is how long
you summon him and you go, hey.
yeah, and you can't have a watch or anything with you, like no phones or anything else, so you need to make sure that you have everything you need. Oh my god.
It's because the devil doesn't have time, so when he sees it, he's like, it's almost midnight.
And through this whole summoning ritual, there's like a bunch of like random like, okay, don't worry, you're not going to be totally unprotected. In fact, most of the supplies with you are not only for a devil summoning ritual, but for your own protection. Old superstitions and folk magic remedies to guard from oneself and one's evil. What was it? The Abrahamic religions? Is that what he's talking about? Also, you don't need to bring any sort of religious paraphernalia to protect you, especially if it pertains to the Abrahamic religions. And yes, if those gothy black cross earrings you're wearing are hanging the right side up, they count. So, okay.
Also,
so
don't eat 12 hours before or caffeine.
Get a cramp.
You get a tummy ache.
You oh no, you get a what do you call it? An unholy cramp. So, speaking of the candles, you need to set them out outside your circle of salt, placed at a relatively even intervals. You don't need to get a measuring tape out. They don't need to be exactly perfect.
That was uneven. No. He's free.
Light the candles in a clockwise fashion, being careful not to disturb the salt. If you break the circle, you'll have to start all over again.
See, I would do it counterclockwise and mess it all up, and I'd be like, dang it.
Okay, so to do so, or to summon the devil, you must demonstrate your resolve by performing some sacrilegious act in a holy place.
With these hands. These dirty hands. And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
Now, it says like turning a crucifix or a cross upside down is fairly conventional, but it's not the only option.
But I thought you couldn't have crucifix.
See, that's what I was saying. You couldn't have it. It's like, for example, I know of a kid who once filled his requirement by scribbling obnoxious graffiti all over a painting of Jesus hanging in his Sunday school classroom.
Saying words like shucks and darn it.
Darn it. He didn't carry all the chairs at the end of service. It's like you saw that, you're like, oh, the devil. Now, after you finish doing whatever offensive thing you decide on, shut all the doors of the room and turn off all the lights so that the space is only lit by the candles.
Oh my god.
Now, the devil will apparently just appear to you, and
Hey.
you say, I wish to challenge you in a game of question and response. Now, this is where it gets a little weird.
I challenge you to Trivia Pursuit.
Yeah, Trivia Pursuit. Pictionary, right there, sir. So
Hangman?
this is where it gets a little weird because it doesn't really describe what you're going to get out of this game. It's basically just to...
Is this where he's like, you gotta play riddles with him?
Yeah, and you can't play like Tolkien-esque riddles, like what's in my pocket or anything. He mentions that,
and then he's like, in fact, don't do riddles because he knows them all.
I'm just kidding. I know who you are, Gideon.
What are you? How do you know my name?
Oh, I know lots of things.
And you can't
Then
just
he
make
knows them
up
all.
riddles.
yeah, and then he's just like, don't do the Tolkien thing. Also, don't do the thing in your pocket. I'm like, that's the Tolkien thing. What are you talking about? Let's see here. You can't really ask him questions like what's the exact count of Mount Everest in centimeters in the year 1666, or what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow. Although, knowing his sense of humor, if he ever asked the latter, he might consider African or European a correct response. Like, I'm sorry, that
He's a pretty light guy. I mean, he likes to laugh.
well, the second option you can take is in the form of a dare. If you accept it, you have to vow to follow through. Then once again, he'll have to answer your next question truthfully. If you choose instead to reject it, he'll get another pass. I don't remember him saying the pass. Like that was, I don't,
What if you
Whatever.
challenge him to a fiddle? Does he go like, nope?
He does mention if you're a kid named Johnny with a fiddle, then you shouldn't be playing this game. But I'm like, okay. Let's see here. One last thing, don't think you can just tell him you're going to do something and then not do it. If you accept a dare, then and then don't follow through with it. Well, let's just say there will be some consequences.
Yeah, devil, I'll do it. You promise? Who's the one in hell? Not me.
Victory is mine!
What about the sun-dried tomatoes?
Ugh. Yeah, I picked them off because they're disgusting.
The broom which cannot be taken apart or disassembled.
Obviously it can, because that's what I did.
Well, you better put them right back.
Put them back where? I ate the sandwich. It's gone.
Also, you have to be. Sorry. You have to also maintain pretty much direct eye contact with the devil the entire time.
You think
because
that'd be
if you
tough?
don't,
Because it's the devil.
it's the devil, yeah. Well, it also mentions that he'll basically try to distract you with like noises and like flickering and like sudden movements from beyond the circle. Like, but if you look away, it's like, let me see here. Yeah, if you look away from the mirror, just flick the lights back on and begin dismantling your projections. That's why if you just want to like cut it out and be safe.
Turn on the lights and blow the soul away.
Go away. It says, now this is important. Apparently there's a lot of important things when you're discussing with the devil.
Well, you're talking to the devil, Thomas. You want to be careful.
That is true. Now this is important. Even if you haven't gotten the information you wanted, you must end the ritual in this manner before 66 minutes have elapsed. Well, I suppose that's technically 66 minutes and 6 seconds. Subtle, right? Ha ha ha. Oh my God.
So I'm guessing this is to get information, I guess, in the future, or like...
And that's the thing, is that he mentions, or I'm assuming it's a he, sorry. I don't mean to be sexist in that way. But even like the devil can't give you exact answers. Like he could say like, oh, what are the winning lottery numbers? And then he'll give you the winning lottery numbers, but it's like the winning lottery numbers from last year or something like that.
Yeah.
Like something really weird like that. But apparently you can also get trapped in the mirror, and one of the ways to do that is to give the devil your full name. You can't give the devil your full name. It says, what is your full name? You must not give it to him. Names can be things of great power, although the devil will, of course, already know your name. Telling it to him yourself is akin to inviting a vampire into your home. So basically, I think you can, it basically sucks you into the mirror.
It's not fair. I've been in here for too long. I want to come home now. Those khaki spider fingers aren't going anywhere. Andrew Hands. What a horrible thing to say.
Your soul into the mirror, and then the devil possesses your body.
So you just can't say your name yourself.
You can't say your full name. You can say your name, just not your full name. And
Who's
honestly,
making these rules, man?
you know, that's kind of the thing, is that basically it's the rest of it is just like, oh, if you get possessed by the devil, he'll either like murder a family, or he'll go to the storeroom in your local library and then intentionally misfile things under the young adult literature section.
Jerk.
Yeah, basically that's it. Is just a creepy, semi-creepy reading of rules to talk to the devil, and honestly, it just kind of ends there. That's about it, really. I mean, that is, I like to say that is, there's more to it, but honestly, Jerry, that's about it.
It's like a creepy legality talk.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like a
lawyers are like, oh,
a quick briefing, like, oh my God, I can't believe he filed an injunction on us. Oh.
There's no loopholes. There's no loopholes.
So, Jared, I have to ask, what do you think of this one?
Thomas, this one is airtight. This one is ironclad. This is the best creepypasta we've ever covered.
Ever?
Yeah. No, it was terrible.
It was pretty bad.
At first, I was like, "Oh, this is cool. They're gonna summon a devil. He's gonna talk to them."
Kind of a cool premise. Like I was getting like a Bloody Mary thing with. Like, oh, it's kind of cool, kind of interesting. And then what happened, Jared?
Nothing. It was just like it's like the parts in the Bible that are just measurements and names.
Begatting, lots of begatting.
I was like, what? But yeah, like, it's kind of boring.
Like, nothing happens. We don't even meet the devil. Like,
I was gonna say he doesn't even come in. He doesn't say hi. Nothing.
Nothing. This like, okay, this is also like one of Mr. Creepypasta's older videos. You can kind of tell he hasn't perfected the art of recording because he repeats himself like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, did you just say that again? But yeah, no, nothing happens.
And this is one of the ones where like it's more like I guess emotional and not clinical, and so when he reads it, he gets like the part where he's like, "Oh, you can't." He knows all the riddles, so there's no real point. But he gets like really,
asking the riddles.
Gets really into it, and he's like, it doesn't get creepy because he's just like, ugh.
Yeah, no, okay. I swear to God, I listened to this a while back, like years ago.
I feel like I have too, but I didn't pay attention to it because it just.
I didn't either. I just like zoned out, didn't listen to it. Like
Yeah.
I just no idea because I'm like Devil's Game. That sounds really familiar. Like I swear I've seen this before. I'm like, did I like this? I don't know. No, I didn't like this one. This one honestly kind of sucked. Like
Yeah.
this is the schlock category.
Is there
Jared.
like a sequel where it's like actually talking to the devil?
There's another one called How I Beat the Devil's Game, and I'm wondering if that's a sequel or not.
Maybe.
Because I've seen, is it Creeps McPasta, the Australian guy?
Yeah.
He did the recording of this one, which honestly was a little better. I actually listened to that one. But there's like a sequel to it, or possibly a sequel to it. But I was so bored by the end of both of these recordings. I'm like, I don't want to listen to the next one. Like,
Maybe we should do the next one next and see if it is a sequel or if we actually see the devil.
Yeah, if he actually shows up, yeah.
There should be a creepypasta where it's like the devil, but he's like how to summon a human.
Mm-hmm. But no, this one it was boring. Like nothing happened. Nothing. It wasn't scary. Like the first like 2 or 3 minutes, I was like, oh, interesting, kind of like, cool.
Because it's kind of like those chain letters back in the day or chain emails.
Yeah,
like
the shady crap. Yeah, if you don't do this, you'll be cursed.
Yeah,
and everything else like that. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then it's literally just a cookbook.
Yeah.
Afterwards, and then like weird anecdotes of nonsensical like information.
It's not even that Tool song where it sounds cool, but it's really just a sugar cookie recipe.
This is a sugar cookie recipe. This is just a sugar cookie recipe in English. Sets and not music. So, yeah, this is one of the worst ones we reviewed, and I mean, I've listened to some bad ones where it's kind of cringy. This one was just dumb.
Yeah, this is like the worst kind where it's just boring. Don't remember it.
Not scared at all.
Yeah.
Like you could walk down a dark alleyway and be like, "Yep, all right."
Yeah,
cool.
there has to be like a sequel or part 2 because it can't just be this. It can't, Thomas.
Will they actually do it? Yeah. I'll look into it, but and the fact that it's so old too, and this is like one of his more like viewed videos, like not 1,300, but it was like a million 3.
Really?
I was like,
maybe people are really creeped out by like instructions.
I guess. And this one was long too. It was like a 40-minute video.
Yeah.
So I thought there was going to be more to it, more
devil.
Yeah, actual devil. It's like cool. Like where we have the devil all the time, but there's no devil here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, severely disappointing. Honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't been this let down with one in a long time.
I feel like if you have mention of the devil in the title, you have to have something. It has to creep you out a little bit.
Something evil has to happen, and nothing evil happened here.
That's like a cheat code. You got the actual devil, and you can't be scary.
This is like the church burners in Sweden who were just kind of lame, but didn't want anybody else to know it. So. Did
you have another one in mind?
Yes and no. Well, I have. There's supposedly a sequel to the Deep Sea Diver one.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if it's the actual one or the one we listened to, because when I listened to it, I'm like, didn't we cover this or something like that?
I thought you listened to the sequel and you were like, it wasn't as good.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the what was it called? The Underneath the Waves one.
Oh.
The one with the submersible one. The Deep Sea Diver one is like the wreckage diver.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay.
I like that one a lot, but supposedly there's a sequel to it. I'm having trouble finding the sequel. So we'll either do that or spooky season is about to be upon us, Jared.
It's about to be our month.
It's about to be our month. Would you want to do the first installation of Tales from the Gas Station?
Yeah, we can do that.
Now, it's going to be a bit different. I'll tell you right now. Tales from the Gas. Have you listened to the Gas Station, right?
I listened to the. Is there more than one?
Yeah, there's like 6.
I've listened to one of them.
Okay. So basically, Tales from the Gas Station, for the audience, it's an anthology series of a bunch of weird crap happening at a gas station. So what I think we're going to do is listen to the first one, come back with our favorite parts. Did you ever listen to what's it called, Night Vale? Remember that?
Yeah.
It's basically like that. You don't have to listen to the rest of the pod or the creepy podcast to know what's going on. Everything's kind of self-isolated.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I think we're going to try to do, because Tales from the Gas Station is a big one.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it. So we're going to try that one out.
Our audience wants us to cover something for the spooky season, just let us know.
Please. Yeah, just let us know, please. But we are desperate in search of a good creepypasta. It's not that we're running out. It's just that, we try to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, exactly, the good ones. Otherwise, it's like going to be like, oh, guess what? We're going to do a reading of Jet the Killer. Yeah.
And I'm just going to complain about dialogue for episodes.
Hours. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's all we got for this one, Jared.
Yeah.
What about you?
Comment, like, subscribe.
Don't watch this one. I mean, you can watch this one if you want. I don't recommend it.
Watch ours of this one, but don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe don't even read it. Yeah, you might want to listen to someone else, because this is. I don't think you'll get through it.
No, it's pretty bad. So, just fair warning. All right. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
So, everybody stay creepy out there. Bye.